Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And I'm back with another movie review. This movie brought to me by BT Plus. They just dropped it and it's called One Night Stay. So let's get into it. So it stars Stephen Bishop and Latoya Luckett and MC Light and Essence Atkins. So Marcus is married to Malia. Malia does a whole lot of like tech work or whatever. And Marcus was an injured athlete who now basically spends all his time gambling. So it starts off with Marcus is at the bar with his friend Luke and his wife Leela, and they're having a couple of drinks, and he's texting his wife like, where are you? And she doesn't answer. He texts her again, she doesn't answer. Then she responds late like, sorry, had to work and stuff like that. So he gets mad, and he basically does his things. He goes to bars and he meets other women without his wife knowing. So he's at the bar talking to Luke, and he talks about how his wife is nagging him about certain things and how they didn't get the security system fixed up. So mind, there's this girl sitting next to him listening to the conversation. Meanwhile, there's this girl that's singing a song, and the song is like so fitting as they're in the club. It's like, wow. So fast forward, Luke and Leela end up leaving the bar early to go do a nightcap or whatever, their plans. And basically, the girl, they don't say her name at first, but her name is Jess. She basically talks to Marcus. He ends up taking his ring off, like playing with it, and he almost dropped it on the floor, and she catches it and puts it back into his hand and, gives that like rub part. And they went from there, started talking and whatnot. So long story short, next day, he wakes up, she's still in his bed, and basically he gets up to use the bathroom, and he was like, hey, what's up? And find you that she done quickly left out the bed, and he goes looking for her and ends up going to find her downstairs drinking some juice and eating a bagel. And he was like, listen, I already called you an Uber. My wife is about to be home. It's time for me to be back on my husband's duties, and here's $20. So he ends up going to the bathroom to get ready to take a shower. He thinking homegirl left. That chick done went and left the $20 on the nightstand in the hallway, was looking at the picture. She turned it down, and she started scoping out the house. Mind you, the wife pulls up like an hour later, and she was like, Marcus, are you home? And stuff like that. He was like, yeah. He just said it to her. She ended up going upstairs to call him, and realized he comes out of the bathroom. And then she starts talking about how her job didn't go so well. Like, she ended up getting sent home early. So he wasn't really trying to listen to that. He was basically just looking around and like looking out the window. And she was like, you seem distracted. He was like, no, you just seem like you had a long time about the trip and stuff like that. So yeah. Fast forward, homegirl done scoped out the house. They have a $2.4 million mansion. Some of the rooms are not even finished yet. And weird stuff just starts happening. She goes throughout the house looking at things, because also, the detective Foster, which is Andre, which is also Malia's ex, like comes to the door the next day and lets them know that there's been some robberies in the house. And he showed them a picture of the girl. The girl was Jessica that Marcus took home the night before. So, Marcus felt some type of way because Andre had a thing for Malia, and now it's her ex. So he was like, can I talk to, Andre wanted to speak to Marcus for a few seconds. So Malia had to step off. She didn't want to, but she stepped up. So they started talking, and he was like, listen, so what's up? Basically, Andre had a hunch that, something's bad is going to happen, and you need to just be honest to your wife about what you're really doing. Because I went to the bar where you was at, and they see on the camera footage you left with that girl. And he was like, well, listen, I left with that girl. We was talking, we was drinking. I got her an Uber, and that was it. Nah, just be truthful. Like, just be truthful. So he went on about his way. And Malia and Marcus went on about theirs. So a few days down the line, um, Malia has another business trip. She ends up coming home. She takes a shower and whatnot. Mind this whole entire time, Jess is scoping out the house. She goes to kiss him. Meanwhile, while them two sleep in the bed, but Malia has like the eye mask on, so she can't really see. She ends up sniffing at Marcus's neck, and then she leaves, and he wakes up out to sleep like, "Hey, are you okay? I just had like this bad dream, and I just got the chill." She was like, "No, I'm cool. You just go back to sleep." This girl done been up and throughout the house. So now it's after her next business trip or whatever. Before she gets home, the girl done went in Malia's stuff, done ripped out her hair, put it inside her loop as if she used it. And Malia gets, and she also took lipstick. She was trying on her clothes, so she put her lipstick on the glass, left it downstairs on the counter. She put a knife down on the floor. She was just setting up a whole bunch of stuff. And Malia, she notices that something was off. And Andre tried to warn him, like, listen, just know that something is off. I have a bad feeling about this. And she just tried to brush it off. So after that, she bagged all the stuff upstairs. Meanwhile, Jess done stole Malia's phone. She's looking for her phone the next day, can't find it. She also texts Jazz, which is Malia's friend, that she slept with Marcus, which was not the case, because Jess knows how she get down. That's not the case. So a few days later or so, whatever, or the next day, Jazz comes over to Malia's house, and she was like, listen, I'm about to like let this man go because he done did all this stuff and he's lying in my face. He think I'm stupid and whatever. So she basically cursed him out, telling him to stay where he was at. But you know, men gonna be men. They're gonna do what they want. So he ends up coming home the next day, well, whatever, the next morning. And she goes to give him a kiss, Jess, because she's still scoping out through the house, and puts cover on him and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a crazy turn of events. So the next day, they still got into an argument. But at this time, Malia done got a new phone because she also had a business trip to get to. So it's a wild turn of events. Yeah, he supposed to have left, but he didn't. Malia packed up some stuff, and I guess she went to Jazz's house. The maid comes in, she goes to clean the house, whatever, and she starts looking at some stuff, and she notices stuff that's out of place. So she's dusting or whatever. So as she's about to leave, she ends up writing a note, and she realized she dropped her duster. So she goes back into the bathroom, and she goes to pick it up, and then she notices that the closet that she done closed is open again. So she goes to close it again. Jess came out of the closet and tried to like attack her, run her around the place, and next thing you know, she ends up making the maid fall down on the floor, and she dies. So a few minutes or so later, Marcus and Malia comes back in from a night on the town, because once Malia found all that evidence out, he basically was trying to buy her love, and she wasn't going for it. She was like, yeah, that's nice enough, but that still doesn't excuse the fact of the stuff that you did. And he basically was trying to buy her love. Like, you can't buy her love. Especially, that's her money, because you ain't got no money. You basically gambling yours away. She basically told him straight to his face, like, this is my house. I want to sell this house now. I just don't feel right after me had died. And he's just all calm about it. And she's like, how the heck are you going about this? He's too tired to talk about it. He could talk about it in the morning. Like, Andre basically let them know again, like, I have a bad feeling about this. Something that's not right. And Malia picked up on it too. So, fast forward, he ends up meeting up with this other girl that he's been talking to, April, Marcus. And she gets to the house and was like, nice house. You finally made in your house. So she sees pictures of this girl and him together. He was like, this is my sister. Sister, okay. So like, listen, let's go upstairs. So they tried to go upstairs, get a little kissy feeling. And she was like, this just feels weird, because it's weird looking at you and your sister. He was like, if I don't have a problem about you, you should have a problem about She was like, oh, no, that's not right. I'm thinking about to go. So she was calling one of her friends to come pick her up, Denise. And when she gets outside, she was like, sister, my ass. And she gets outside next, Malia pulls up. She was like, who the hell you about? You the one that been in this house all this time. You don't ever use my price. All this next, her friend Denise came in the nick of time. She was like, nah, I'm not going to be back. You ain't going to worry about me. And she scared off and left. Next, at this time, Jess was, because Marcus is now in bed. And he wakes up. He was like, Malia. She was like, my name is Jessica. Pow, pow, pow. She started stabbing the heck out of him. Mind you, the whole time his wife is outside arguing with his other girl, right outside the house. And once April left, Malia goes in the house. She was like, Marcus, you home? And she goes in and she starts yelling at him. Mind you, it is dark. And she's still yelling at him like, what are you doing? You can't be doing, why are you doing this? Next, she turned on the light. She was like, oh my God, baby, wake up. Then she had to call 911. Next, the girl is right behind her, Jess. And they start running through the house. They end up going into the basement. She just done scope like the whole house, so she know a quick way to get to this place or this place. So everywhere Malia went, Jess was right behind her. So she ended up going into the basement. She found out where Jess was staying at. She seen all the pictures on the wall. Next, she called 911. They ended up going into the foyer in the front of the house, and they started fighting. She ended up knocking the knife out of Jess's hand. Next, Andre pulls up to the house, and he helps Malia get off of Jess, and he was like, you go show the stairs, I'm gonna go after her. Next, come to find out, Andre was behind the setup with Jess, trying to rob the houses just so that Malia could have him all to herself and Marcus get kicked out the picture. Come to find out, murdering Marcus wasn't part of the plan and falling in love with him. Next, they're go at it and talking. Andre ends up shooting Jess, and that was it. So basically, fast forward, it's 8 months later. I guess the unknown person was still texting people, and Malia and Andre went out on a date. She was like, thank you for always being there for you. She decided to get up to go to the bathroom real quick. Next somebody come puts the phone on the table, and he plays it, and he sees the video of himself shooting Jess in the garage, and the unknown person texts him like, meet me at this place where you killed Jess, and with $300,000. And he was just like, okay, he was about to go, but next Malia came back to the table, and fast forward, he goes to the place. Come to find out, it's the girl Marissa who was singing in the beginning of the movie, who had her suspicions about Andre from the get-go. But, she had to play it off. Because at the time, Jess and her were working together. He didn't know that. But, yes, he figured that out then. Next pop, pop, pop. Guess who shot him? Malia. I guess Marissa told Malia everything that happened between Jess and him going down. And Marissa got the $300,000. Malia got her revenge for killing Marcus, well, Marcus dying, whatever the case may be. And she finally got a chance to sell her house. So that girl, Jess, really had it out for her. Even though Marissa did her little part or whatever, she got $300K in the business, in the process. And Malia finally get peace of mind. She gets to work as much as she want now and get to sell a house. So her dream probably finally coming true. This movie was definitely crazy. I was not expecting the ending to go how it did, but it did. I'm actually glad I watched it. Like I said, you can check this out on BET Plus. It's called One Night Stay. Trust me, you would not be disappointed. It's a great little thriller. So it's really worth it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.